freaking having to jump through all kind of hoops. And this guy's going into Ukraine left to right, like just recruiting people, like he's a freaking, like some weird kamikaze
you know, the
Nazi.
CIA is who created and funded the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists. So just a clue of how he might have been able to get over there.
Yeah, that's true. But do you see what I'm saying though? Do you see how the chaos that's coming in the next 41 days? This guy just tried to assassinate the president, and his son was arrested for child porn.
Yeah, that's sketchy. Just like the
what is that?
Brother, the day after the event, all of a sudden he gets found with a whole bunch of porn, and they throw him away, even though he's the closest person to the shooter and would know the most about him.
Exactly.
They arrested him for. They found a whole bunch of child porn. They said on his computer. They did the same thing to the freaking Vegas shooter. And he's a former CIA agent on YouTube. Everyone knows who he is. I don't know his name. I always forget. But he's got crazy hair, curly hair. Looks like he's, I don't know, Polynesian or something. And he will tell you that this one of the go-to tricks in the CIA and the FBI to just plant freaking child porn on the computer to pretty much seclude somebody off from talking to everyone else.
Yeah, but Daz, you're a researcher. You know this. So let me ask you two questions. The first question is, do you think that this is a black male type event or something like that? That we're trying to keep the guy who was going to try to assassinate Trump quiet? And two, bro, if we keep doing Balenciaga commercials and all these things, and we're finding all this Diddy stuff, you know, the child porn card. You're not going to be able to play that card too much longer. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be so commonplace. It's like child porn, bro.
That's the point.
You're going to have to up the ante.
That's the point. They're trying to desensitize us from it, but they have underestimated the line that we draw in the sand. You don't mess with the kids.
Is that still the line? Like, is it really still the line?
It is for Jesus and God. I mean,
yeah. Any God-fearing person knows you don't touch, hurt, traumatize children.
It should be the natural instinct in the human, like, right? Even a 5-year-old, when something goes awry, right? When the drunk uncle comes home, a 5-year-old does not have to be trained or be educated in biological sensitivities to understand something is going really, really wrong right now. Like, this is a really bad thing. They've never been taught that, and yet they know it into the core of who they are. So you're right. That should be the core of who we are. But now we're giving people like that acronyms in order to, now you don't even have to say the word.
Don't say that. Don't say the acronym, because that started at my university with a professor. She's new. Okay. She's not even like a tenured professor, but
I watched that speech.
No, not her. That's the girl just advocating that pedophiles should be given, rights because they love who they love. Different than the person who created Minor Attracted Persons. It's a professor at Old Dominion University, my school here. It's in Norfolk. And yeah, it's embarrassing. When I heard about it, I was personally livid because it's like, that's my alma mater. And I don't want that to be associated with me at all.
Well, somebody needs to read the Book of Romans. So that's all I'm looking at.
I'm not there yet.
Where are you at? You in the New Testament or what?
We read a few books of the Old Testament and then we skipped over to the New Testament. So
I was gonna ask you about that. I heard your space. I couldn't stay on it, but it's just a second. But I heard the preacher that was preaching the other day.
That's Tim Hatch. He's from Waters Church, and he actually, I've been going back and forth with him. He's going to come on a space with us. But he's got a 5-part series that he just did. I believe it was July and August that he did it at our church, and it is all about Solomon's book. So it's Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. So it was really, really, really good. And so I'm going to try and have him come on. We're going to listen to the 5-part series, and I'm going to try and have him come on to a couple of those spaces.
Oh, that's cool. That's a great point. I'd love to be on that space if he comes in there. He sounds he is very dynamic.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's on YouTube. He's got a all of the sermons are under Waters Church, but then he does On Monday nights, he does a podcast where he goes through, like this Monday, he did Diddy, and like just all the stuff that's going on in the news. He's not afraid to get political, and he stands on his principles, and we need more preachers like that.
Yeah, I agree. And for the people that are listening right now, this is not going to turn into a religious space. So be like, this is brutal. This is religious. I came here for some political talk.
Listen, I am biblically
no,
illiterate. I have just started dabbling into this whole stuff, so I am definitely not religious.
No, that's a great. But see, that's a great point. So I was walking my dog one day, and there's this lady that I always see. She walks her dog, and whenever we see each other, we stop and we talk a little bit about different things, mainly like religious, spiritual things. And she told me about this app. Now, every now and then I get in, somebody will tell me about an app, and I'll like say, yeah, okay, and I'll check it out or whatever. Most of the time they're not good. But this one, now, because I drive 45 minutes to work every day, since I've started back, I have listened to this every single day on my drive. This is an incredible app. Like, I really mean that. And I'm going to try to get a hold of the guy who came up with it. See if we can't get him on a space, or maybe Destiny, I can interview him or something. But the app is called Through the Word. It is it's TTW, and it's a little orange icon with a little book and a little flame on the top of it. It reads the chapter by an official reader, chapter 2. And then they have different commentators. They come on and they're very dynamic, and they talk and they explain to you the chapter first. And then you hear the chapter being read to you. So then while you're reading the Bible, you already have the knowledge of that chapter and how to, like a lens through which you can see it. And so as they read it, instead of reading something now, like first, and then trying to understand it, decipher it, look for things that make it make sense, this guy goes over it with you first, very dynamic, very personable. And then you listen to it be read to you. It's an audio app. And it just makes all the difference in the world.
100%.
It's fantastic. I love reading the Bible this way. I absolutely love. I love it every morning on my way to work. I listen to it every single day, and I literally cannot vouch for.
Oh my God, that's going to help me so much, because you should hear me fumbling and struggling with my kid. I'm like, I don't really know what that means. Well, we're gonna have to look that up. So.
But if you think about it, that's the best way to do it, is like, let's look it up together. I mean, that is something that this is an opportunity. Like, it's kind of like it talks about, like I was just talking about in like Romans and stuff like that. The thing about grace is it's a gift, and nobody can take pride in it because you didn't earn it. It was given to you, right? So you can't say, look what I did. You didn't do it. It was given to you. It's a gift. So that's the thing, is like, nobody can say, well, you don't know as much about the Bible as I do, or I know more than you. Can't say that, right? Because whatever it is, we're the same. Because whatever it is that doesn't make you better, doesn't make you worse. It makes us the same, because what we have is a gift. So anyway, that's enough of the proselytizing for this evening. So you say you want to learn the gospel. Let me tell you about Jesus. Do you remember those singers? Do you remember those singers back in the day? They're like, their religious channels. They're like, oh, the gospel. And they got that hair brushed over like Trump's. I love that. I used to love Jimmy Swaggart back in the day, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love me some Jim Swaggart. But anyway, jump in there, Chris. We're kind of getting off. This is kind of it's kind of a chaotic space about chaos. So we're just all shooting the breeze. Thank you guys for joining us. See a lot of people down there. Hippie, Willie, Microhawk, Okie, Adam's in the house. My girl Jenny's there. Brecca's here. America Mission, by the way, shout out. Go ahead and do it for me. Go ahead and do it for me, Kim.
I would like to thank all of our streamers on Rumble, Pill.net, QUX, and Kick.com, as well as X Live, and our listeners in this space for being here today.
And I've said it once, I've said it a million times, and Destiny can vouch for this as well. America Mission has been one of the greatest organizations that I've ever been a part of, I've ever donated to, that I've ever, vested myself with or in. It is, it's great people. I've got to know all these people personally. We text in the back channel, everybody, Chris and Adam and Micro, everybody up here. America, it's like everybody. It's a great group of people. Go to AmericanMission.com, check out what they've got. They got paid stuff, they got free stuff, and it's just an opportunity to get involved. We got 41 days till this takes place, and there's little things you can do, little things you could learn, and then you come on these spaces, you can say something from, doing deep dives off AmericanMission.com. Like literally, it's that easy. It is a great organization to be a part of. I absolutely love the people, and I think that's probably the best part is I just love the people that are involved with it.
So, and nothing is behind a paywall anymore. So all of the resources and all of the literature and all that stuff is available to everyone. We do have opportunities for you to purchase merchandise out there. We're doing some fun stuff. October is going to be really fun because we're going to be doing like a pre-order thing, and you get a 20% discount. And then we're also we've got our X subscriber button, so you can do that, or you can do the whole tipping. So we've got all different ways to help out. You can get involved. We certainly can put you to work. So either way.
And we have a brand new website.
Yes.
Oh, I have it. When did that come up?
We rolled it out officially Saturday.
Quietly. So that we could make sure it all works.
Wow. Well, now you're just teasing people. Why don't you, can you guys, you want to put a link up in the nest up there so people can go to it?
Same thing.
No, I'm saying, but do you want to just like put it up there so they can just click to it straight from this space?
Yes, I will.
We're trying to make things easy, Kim. God, you always have to be so hard.
That reminds me, I need to change my bio from the link tree to the AmericanMission.com.
So anyway, sitting here listening.
Chris just segued you. Chris just segued you out of that, Kim. Go ahead, Chris.
Watch it, sir. Watch it.
Sitting here listening to you all talk about things that are holy, and I'm wondering why we haven't seen a good old-fashioned smiting in a long time.
I'm ready.
We need there are plenty of targets available for smiting. And
now real quick, Chris, not for me though, right? This is not for me. This is for all the other people in the audience. Could you just explain to them? I don't want to do it because I've been talking too much. But what this smiting is exactly? Just
it's kind of when God gets to the point that He's just had it with you because you are irredeemable.
Smiting. Okay. Yes, I think I'm aware of what it is now. Yes,
and there is a message that comes to you from heaven above, and it can come in the form of a lightning bolt or a pillar of fire, or
these are metaphors you're talking about.
Or even the Red Sea may be closed on top of you after it's been parted.
When he's really pissed off, Mike. Really pissed.
I'm aware of what that's like, Kim. Thank you. Both Chris and God.
So I'm not pointing at any targets. I'm just saying there are a lot out there. And
are you talking about the brothers, Chris?
I'm talking about
the twins.
I'm talking about there's this old guy that just bought up a bunch of radio stations that funded a bunch of prosecutors, that has been causing a lot of trouble for folks for a long time, and I think he's done irreparable damage in our world, all over the world. And you could pretty much just take out like half of the capital of Switzerland, and the WEF, the WHO, the
UN,
Gavi. You just one big poof, and just knock that out, and
don't forget Guatemala.
And then the UN, because I mean, do you know how many parking tickets go unpaid in New York just because of them? I mean, they could house all the illegal immigrants on the parking ticket bill alone. It's that bad.
If you've ever been in New York when the UN is in session, it is a nightmare.
And so
I've never been to New York.
I'm not. People don't have to be in these buildings, okay?
I've heard that theory about the buildings, about the vacancies in those buildings.
Yeah, I think that the symbolism of having them stripped from the landscape, from on high, would be enough for people like Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab to figure out that their path needs to be straight. And but I think I've overstayed my welcome, so it's time for other people to say something. But
that's a nice transition, Chris. I like the way you did the say something part there. That was very cute.
I do want to thank our host and our lovely co-hostess, who I dearly love, and appreciate this space every week, because you all do a wonderful job, and God bless y'all.
Well, appreciate that, Chris. I know she's a little under the weather this evening, so.
I wanted to say I'm going to be up in DC, so I'll be closer to you, Chris.
Chris, that's the part where you say, "That's outstanding, Des." I can't wait.
I can't wait. When are you coming?
This weekend, I go up on the 28th, morning of the 28th, and then I'll be coming back the evening of morning of Monday morning. I think Monday morning.
Okay. Well, give me a call. You have my number.
Cool. I'm gonna get into some shenanigans and go see what's going on at Georgetown University.
You're gonna go visit
breaking into the Capitol.
I am. I'm not gonna try. Trying for losers.
You got to go through
Do
the
something
visitor,
illegal, Des,
so that they can smell you when you go through the visitor center.
I meant don't do anything illegal. That's what I meant to say.
Okay, everything's illegal nowadays. Me be like telling my opinion apparently is like offensive. So like
Yeah, that's
unless you're a
illegal.
Democrat, then it's not illegal.
Well, I'm
That's
from
true.
a Democrat state. Maybe they'll forgive me. I'm from Oregon, so they'll have to be like, oh, she's a hippie. I'll wear some sandalwood and some Nag Champa with me. Smell it good.
Oh, I hate Nag Champa.
Really, I love.
Well, no, I like Nag Champa. I'm sorry, I hate patchouli. I can't do the patchouli.
Oh yeah, patchouli's a little much.
Okay, y'all sound like Stephanie talking freaking Indian like she did last week. I don't know what y'all are saying.
We have some.
I wasn't talking Indian last week. What are you talking about?
I thought there was some Minnesota Indian or something that you were supposed to learn.
Oh,
when you were in
Native
school or something.
American. Please be respectful of their
Ojibwe.
culture, okay? Ojibwe.
What was the name of that Indian group?
Ojibwe.
Ojibwe.
Ojibwe. I'm going to start saying that. Hey, little Ojibwe. Come
Hi,
here.
Stephanie. Nice to see you.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here to ruin everyone's evenings. I'm just here to say Pekka and apparently Ojibwe and bail Mike out of jail for being, hate criming on the internet, allegedly.
Bad person.
You take that back. You take that back. By the way, do you know what it would mean if you took it back? That would you know what that would make you, Steph?
I have no idea. Probably a Pekka, maybe.
No, an Indian giver.
I don't know what that means.
That's racist.
I feel like
but it's just a little bit.
So long from all these spaces that I don't know anything anymore. I don't know who you are. Okay, just don't go to jail.
When you give something to somebody and you take it back, it's called you're being an Indian giver.
You need a racist button.
You're too white to say that, Mike. You're too white to safely say that. Okay, let me say it. That's being an Indian giver. Now,
there you go.
Thank you. My list of things I know that I do not understand, which is pretty much everything on this earth. Okay, I don't know.
People that are half black can make racist comments.
No, I knew that part.
It's kind of like
I knew as a white woman,
well,
I couldn't do that. I don't know the rest of it though. It's fine. Just don't ask me to
Steph,
bail
let me
you
ask
out
you
of
this.
jail. Okay, I don't have the time for that lately.
Definitely not advice. Let me ask you this: when you're a little kid in kindergarten and you all sat around and listened to story time, how did you sit?
Indian style.
It was Indian style. I was much more flexible because I wasn't as fast.
I can't sit Indian style now at all, dude.
But everybody's been using that a lot more lately. I've been hearing Indian style instead of the crisscross applesauce thing going on because I was like, what the heck is crisscross applesauce?
I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Too many words.
Wait, you guys don't know crisscross applesauce?
No, because we called it Indian style when we were growing up.
Oh, see,
we
y'all
didn't
are
have
racist.
to be politically correct 24/7 as four-year-olds. So yeah, I didn't know what crisscross applesauce was. Sue me.
Don't give advice. Don't give legal advice.
No, that's the only legal advice I'll give you is go ahead and sue me. I don't really have time to deal with it, but if you're really bored and you want me to write up some snarky reply, then fine, sue me. First, you'd have to find me, but yeah, I mean, do whatever you got to do.
What kind of reply?
What do you mean, what kind of reply?
Did you say a snarky reply?
Snarky reply. What, do you got a problem with me being snarky? That's all I do on the internet.
Well, you got a freaking problem with me being snarky?
I mean, no, I actually like when you're really snarky, okay, Mike? Just
okay, I like when you act like a Pekka, okay?
I'm always a Pekka. That's what I'm here for.
That's good stuff. I always love when Steph comes into space. I love it. Absolutely freaking love it.
You love when I come in here and absolutely derail anything you were doing that was productive to anything in life?
Trust me, sweetheart, this was not a productive space at all. These are just a bunch of friends getting in here, you got Brian down there, got Justin, Andrew, Lisa, got all kind of people, Shane's down there. We just in here we just shoot the breeze for a little while and then we're
airing our grievances.
We're airing our grievances about
always go ahead and wrap your Pekka. That is advice. Always wrap your Pekka.
Always
this is like Festivus election style.
Festivus for the rest of us.
We'll tell you.
Dude, I was just fixing to make a Seinfeld reference too when you said that, Chris. I swear to God, about someone being sponge-worthy. When she said wrap your Pekka. And I was like, sponge.
I will tell you, Stephanie, that ever since the Chevron deference ruling, the bureaucrats are on steroids, making rules like crazy.
I mean, I'm really not surprised that the government thinks they should be in charge of things. They seem to want to put their little fingers in everything. And I can't wait for all of them to be told they're absolutely idiots and they can't do that shit anymore. Either write a law or should get off the queue. So
remove a law.
It'll be interesting to see how Chevron goes against or is utilized with the tax code. That's a whole other rabbit hole we should not go down today.
I just wanted to say I'm here for the feats of strength. Whoever's down, let me know.
Yeah, my shoulder's been hurting me all since this morning.
So say, do we have to run with that? Is there running involved? Because I can't do that.
We have some hands up, Mike.
It's part of Festivus. After you air the grievances, you do the feats of strength, which is where George wrestles his dad and gets his ass beat.
Well, Steeler's got a hands up. Kelly's got a hands up too. So Kelly first, and then Steeler. Go right ahead. So go, Kelly.
Hi. Normally.
Kelly J freaking raised her hand to come and speak into a space. Oh my God. A year ago, this would have never
I'm
happened.
growing. I was forced to be
I
a
know it. I love it.
co-host at one point, and I just realized in your Rumble I gave you the wrong title on your space. Oh well, I'll fix that. I just wanted to say that I did put our post up in the nest. Since I'm a speaker, I could do that, and it was the announcement of our new website. So I guess you missed our post. I guess you don't read our, X tweets.
I said that I would say nice things. I'm not going to actually go to the site or read it. Okay.
Okay.
Please.
So, but it's really pretty. Kim put it together, so it's up in nest, and yeah, go have fun. Thank you.
She's growing. The kid is growing right before our eyes.
It's like a beautiful butterfly.
Like a little butterfly. Our little Kelly J
And
butterfly.
I said, the Indian style. So there. And my mom was part Cherokee. So there. Yeah.
Well, that's not good. That means you can say it.
I look really
It's
white.
better when an
though. You
Irish
couldn't
person
tell.
says it.
Right.
It's lots better. It's more racist when an Irish person says it. So if I was just talking about sitting Indian style when I was a kid, so it sounds a bit more racist like that. Like, if I can sit in Indian style. You racist bastards.
Again.
I can't tell who has hands up. Like my space is glitching really kind of bad over here. So
Steeler's got his hand up.
oh, Steeler, what's up, brother?
I just come up here to let everyone know that this is my new account. My old account that everybody, all of you beautiful people, was following me on was nuked without no email, without no warnings, without no nothing. 14-year account. All organic, never used no bots, never followed bots, would report the spam and the bots in my, whenever they would send me a DM, was in the beta for the blue check mark all the way up, paid for premium plus blue, and they just nuked it, took it away, and I lost everything. So I'm trying to follow back and get my following back to what it was, but it's a tour, and I just wanted to let everyone know that if I followed you and this is not a scam account or whatever. This is me. This is Stiller. This is the one that you were following for the last few years and whatever, however many years have been that you've been following, or months or days or whatever. You gotta love X. You
gotta love it. He's back. Everybody give Steeler a follow. Make sure you pick up. Resume where we left off.
Thank you.
Stephanie, say the word
please.
Pekka.
Pekka.
Thank you. Kimberly has her hand up.
I
Kim?
would like to advise everyone to have your second account on hand. And, every once in a while, pop on it and pop on a space, get some followers so that you slowly build up that second account, so that, you don't have to be upset like Steeler is. I know when I got I got pulled a little bit, and I had a second account and didn't have very many followers, but every once in a while I'll go in and, I'll use that. Not in any of these terms.
Hey, real quick, I'm in the middle of the supermarket and I'm going to make a real loud announcement. $4.49 for some damn Pringles. Get Kamala Harris out.
Ew, Pringles
Out.
have bugs in them. Don't eat it.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. Since we're gonna talk about potato chips, can I just say something real quick, Mike? I'm sure you're gonna let me. It's fine. I will say I would pay more for Doritos if they would put the seasoning back on them. Okay, if they would give us real Doritos again, I would literally pay like twice what they're charging right now, but only if they put the dust back on it. But they keep giving us less and less. So I mean, my dad buys them now and then. That's the only reason why I know. But I'm just saying, if they would actually put seasoning on it, I would pay the price. Like, I don't give a shit.
Steph, have you noticed that the Doritos, because I'm a big Dorito guy, have you noticed that the Doritos are thinner now?
I'm going to be honest, I don't have them enough to know thinness, but I know when I look in that bag and I can see like the actual chip instead of specks of color, they're not putting enough dust on it. And I think honestly, we should start a class action lawsuit. And again, I would be willing to pay more than I pay now if only they would put the dust back on it. Okay.
I would pay if they would take the poison out like the European versions.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but here's the thing, Kim.
Nice.
I know it's poisonous. I'm willing to take that risk. Okay, it's a treat. It's not a. It shouldn't be an everyday thing.
Her body, her choice.
I just want the dust back. Okay.
Kamala 2024.
Doritos great again. Okay, that's it.
Have you seen the white? Have you seen the white nacho cheese ones?
That's fine. No. If that's what you want, I'll add it to the petition. Okay, we want all of them.
I want
all of the Doritos. Please imagine me doing Donald Trump's hand things here. All the Doritos will have dust again. We are gonna make Doritos great again.
Don't know you can put Doritos in your prepper kit because they are a fire starter.
Oh my God, Kim, stop!
Matter.
Killing me with that stuff. Now I'm freaking. I've taken off like with you and Destiny. It's like I can't even shower or eat the same way anymore.
That's what
you're gonna get parabens.
That's what women do. Women just.
It's gonna turn your armpits into women's armpits.
Destiny, did you ever get a hold of the clown patrol? I've been seeing your daily calls. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, I didn't call today. They got me because I was freaking sick all day. And so this is my first day of not being able to call. And I was like, damn it, they got me good. They must have sickened me. I don't know. But of course, they haven't called, responded. I checked online. It's not updated. And I have an odd feeling that this FOIA request, it's going to be far longer than because they told me a date that they'd have it done by back in 2022. They sent me a letter in October saying that they expected to have it done by May 10th, 2024. And I was like, okay, I just got to wait till May 10th, 2024. But I waited till May 10th, 2024 and nary a FOIA. So I got pissed like a month ago and I was like, I'm just going to call every single fucking day and leave a message every day because they are like, when you look on the FOIA request like tab on the CIA's website, they have to post their yearly FOIA reports, as does like all the agencies. And in those reports, they tell you how long it takes for them on average to finish these requests. And it's actually pretty fascinating how quickly they get through most of them. Like 75% of FOIA requests are filed and finished by the CIA within 28 days. So most of them are done. But then those are like the regular process was expedited. But if you, for simple requests, they're like 30 days. But for complicated requests, the average amount of days is like 1,014 or something. I am now in the top 10% of longest FOIA requests to the CIA. I'm in the top 10% right now because of it. And my question was so simple. This is what irks me. And that's why I want to do the videos to show people how they're avoiding this, obviously, because it's such an easy question. I give them a really softball. I just asked them per Executive Order 13043, from Biden, September 9th, 2021, how many people the CIA, what percentage of people under the employment of CIA complied with that executive order? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. They won't tell me.
A girl can't ask a question, you know?
Right? Give a chick a chance.
Dadgum, bro. I don't like what I'm hearing.
Go to the headquarters though while I'm up there, and I'm gonna just because I'm gonna have to take a trip to Arlington anyways to go see John. He'd be so mad if I didn't stop by his grave and see him. So
I mean, they don't give you that information at all.
I know they don't. I know because they're liars. I know because they didn't take the vaccine, and I'm gonna just as soon as I get the information that they didn't, I am sending it to all the names that were in the Navy SEAL 1V Biden case immediately. I want them to have that information immediately. So watch out, feds. Des is coming to the swamp.
Have you been noticing that there's been a lot of video content of all these people dying lately? Or is it just my algorithms all messed up?
I think I haven't been on here today, so I can't say. What about you, Mike?
For the last week though, I've been seeing died suddenly examples, all of these South American influencers, like all of these people, like they show like them tweeting about getting their first jab or whatever, and then like 3 days later they're dead, or tweeting about getting their booster and then they've got turbo cancer and they're dead. I mean, just really crazy. A lot of video content.
I haven't heard that, but of course I don't really hang out in as many macabre type death rooms as you do.
It's
So
been popping up mainstream. No, I've been getting news alerts that so
and anecdotally, I can tell you that compared to 2020 and 2021, there's a lot more funerals at the church now than there was then.
I mean, so many people have died in September already. It's crazy. And there's this one doctor that was saying that if you got both shots, that your mortality rate it increased quite dramatically, and that boosters 3 to 5 years tops.
There's no way that thing should still be in my system from 4 years.
I just got a text from CVS asking me if I wanted to get my COVID shot with my flu shot again.
First off, Mike, if you take magic mushrooms, they stay in your spinal column for like 9 years. So like, your body doesn't necessarily shed everything, easily. It's not like your
mushrooms aren't RNA.
They can affect your RNA.
Allegedly. Don't be making people in here think you're some kind of mushroom freaking researcher expert.
I'm no Paul Stamets, okay? I'm no Paul Stamets.
No is a that's a
first off,
generous
you know
word.
who Paul Stamets is. He's the king of fungi. He's the fun guy.
No, I thought that was the dude on the sitcom.
No, that's definitely Paul Stamets. He wrote like every book on mushrooms. He was on Joe Rogan, I think.
Well, that's a shocker.
We have a hand.
I'm just saying the vaccine from 2020 shouldn't be in any. It's not anybody's system now.
That's not true, though, Mike. That's not true.
I believe it is to be true.
That suggests otherwise.
Replicates.
Destiny, those mushrooms I did in the 70s, they're still there.
Well, no, that's longer than 9 years. I think you're good.
Okay.
I know. Oh, sorry for everyone who's got their hands up because Mike is a horrible person and he can't see your hands up, but I can. I saw Lori had her hand up and Lou's got her hand up. So, Lori, did you want to speak because you put your hand back down? I didn't know.
No, I didn't put it back down. And Destiny, so first of all, you've had my heart for a little while. And I just heard you speaking about your public records request. And public records are like my thing. And, Mike with the space titles, Say Something. I just found it very seductive. But Destiny, here is my request. We follow each other. But if you ever do a space on how to teach people, regular, normal people, how to do public records requests, I want to be involved. Like,
oh my gosh, Lori, let's do it.
I
would love that.
I want to do it so bad. I mean,
I would love to because like people don't realize, I'm sure you already know the statistics on this, but like people think that we get the crucial information from the news and it's the news anchors who are doing these FOIA requests. But news anchors and news outlets account for less than 10% of FOIA requests. So they're not getting you information. Like it really comes from people.
No,
like people like
you're
Mudcrackers.
absolutely right. And so the reason I know that you're right is because I'm one of the nerds that submits public records requests all across this country, right? I'm very focused in my state that I'm in, but I submit them all the time. And when I find something juicy, I have, I'm fortunate to have relationships with reporters that then make it national news. But what I want to teach people in this country is that not only is it reasonable, you can do it, it's easy, it's free, and you can actually make a difference and you can shape the news narrative if you know what you're doing. So I just want to give you all the encouragement in the world. And thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lori. And, that was one of the first, I think it was the first space I ever did. This is before I even met Mike. I had done a space trying to teach. It's so old. I bet you could find it, though, if you look to my page on my highlights. Probably it's in there. But I try to teach people how to do FOIA to the best of my knowledge because I've done probably a dozen now over the last couple of years. And I've had success with some of them. You know, like NASA was very successful one of the times. The other time they gave me a runaround. But you know, there is like a method to it. There really is, like, you know, ways that are you're gonna get better outcomes than others. Rosie, sorry, I have a puppy. She's brand new, so she doesn't know that there's sounds of the rain and it's not trying to hurt her. But the thing is people. I want people to get more involved in FOIA requesting and records requests because I think people just kind of they feel like they're at the will of the world for information. Like you're just like you're stuck in it. It's like, no, you can do something. Like you can request. It's our like we have a right to know some things, and like, you know, they're not going to just hand it over. So like you're going to have to do it yourself, but you can get it. You can get that information. And oftentimes
you're absolutely right. And so I think the first step is to make it accessible and to let people know that they can request the information. And then the second step is, how do you handle obstacles and barriers to the governmental unelected bureaucrats that want to restrict your access to that information, right? So I think there's two levels to it. But awesome. Like, thank you so much. I'm loving this space. I'm probably going to drop down and just listen, but and just park myself and hopefully drag some people in for Mike and Destiny. Appreciate you guys very much. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Lori. That was very sweet. I would love to see you and Destiny do a space like that because, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have the first clue. Do what?
Because he's sick of me. He's like, I would love.
And I'm sick of Destiny. I'm like, somebody, God dang, please take her off my freaking hands. But that would be interesting though, because I would have no idea where to even start, like the process of how to file. Other than like my go-to now is just go to AI, ask AI how to do it. Tell me, hey yo, how do I do this?
Oh, you're singing my song, because one of the things that I'm working on right now is developing an AI chatbot to kind of help you or help, you know, my specific thing is education and parents, but how to help parents get information out of their school boards. So I'm not a great AI developer or AI programmer, but yeah, I mean, Destiny, if you want to do it, you send me a DM and I'm your girl. Okay.
She'll do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm going to insist on it.
I'll totally. You know me, I love information. So like getting people to get more information means there's more information for me to get.
And I'm really, to be honest with you, and I'm going to cut Lou. I'm coming to you right now, but I just want to say this to Daz real quick, and then in a minute I'm going to welcome my boy Dustin to the stage. But Destiny, I want to say this: I'm really looking forward to you know, all the information. In all seriousness, the information you're going to be getting this weekend, because you're a great researcher. You know what information needs to be known, and you see things that other people need to see. So I'm really excited to see you up there, and what kind of video you're going to shoot, what kind of, you know, comments and things that you're going to take note of that other people are not going to see. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what you're going to do.
You coming to Rescue the Republic?
Yeah, boy, I'm going to be up there to rescue the Republic.
Let's go.
Yes. Your boy Dustin leading the Maha Caravan. Like,
yeah. I'm so, when I heard you guys were going to be there, I was like, fuck, yes, let's go.
Jen's shouting like, I will also be there. Of course.
Yeah, we know, Jen.
I'll be wearing my mission tank to the freaking rally, and I'm gonna there's another function before that. The Libertarian Party is holding a rally as well, and a event on the 28th, and I'll be going to that too. So I'll be going to 2 different events that weekend.
Wow, we'll have to connect. We're actually leaving now, so escape the hurricane.
I'll be staying at the plaza, just in case anyone wants to come murder me. I'll be at the plaza.
Oh wow! Well, we can put that out there. And,
see reservations. I know where you actually want to be, but I can't give it out on this kind of forum.
I wanted Hotel Xena because I love Hotel Xena, but it was just overpriced right now, so I was like, fuck it. Sorry, we have hands. Lou, go ahead. Sorry, because my host can't see hands. I apologize for that because he's blind and stupid.
Okay. Yes, Lou, you may speak now, Lou. I see your hand up, and I would like to call on you to speak into the space right now.
Thank you so much. I only to Mike A because he kept throwing it at me. see, I heard you guys talking about mushrooms, and I thought, oh, what? There's some fungi in here, and
Hey,
hello. And then just circle me in on that FOIA request thing. If you guys end up doing that space and figure out a way to integrate like maybe a screen into like a video or something like that. And then 3, how many of us would be fired if we had a records request sent to us and it said 2.5 years later? I mean, that is the epitome of the government, like SLAs out of this world. Like, if I was working, like when I worked at Amex, if they'd have been like, I need my year's worth of records, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that to you in 2.5 years, they would have fired my ass. But yeah, so anyways, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm driving, so I really probably shouldn't be talking.
always good to have you in, Lou. Well, I wish. Well, if you're going to talk, you might as well tell us, Lou. What do you think in the next 41 days in this countdown to chaos? What do you think is going to be? What do you think is going to be one of the spikes, one of the big events that's going to happen? You think they're going to try again on Trump?
So, I think that I think that there may be something. I don't know if it'll be a thing, but it may just be a panic. Like a bomb threat to the facility or something like that. I think that something bad is going to come out on Kamala. Is what I think.
You mean that you're telling me that you think the Republicans are actually going to drop their own October surprise, and it's not going to be a strongly worded letter of rebuke or something like a legit?
Yeah, I actually do. I think that it's either going to be her or it's going to be him. Well, and I kind of wonder if it isn't going to have something to do with children, because there's a lot of rumors out there about him being a little bit of a diddler.
Lou, when you say rumors, are you talking about news reports? Or are you talking about things that you're just hearing in your sphere of influence?
Well, so what I would say is my analytical mind has said, isn't it interesting that they had him and his wife had to use the IUS instead of IUD, whatever.
IUI
Anyways,
as
they
opposed to
basically
IVF.
did-
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so basically it's a catheter version of a turkey baster insemination, which typically would be something that, a lot of people back in the day used if they weren't having intercourse to get pregnant, like, think Will and Grace. Jazz hands is my second clue. Every time he walks out, he's doing jazz hands to everybody. And then I had read somewhere, and I don't know that it was an official news report, but I had read somewhere where there was, he was football coach, and that there was something about, wait till the stories come out about the road trip and the away game. And so in my mind, I'm just still looking, like I'm scanning everything, because and 4, when your whole family takes a picture with your opponent's t-shirt on, your whole family, and post it on social media, I think there's something there. I don't know what I'm just saying, jazz hands. There's a
Lou, I gotta look. I appreciate where you're coming from on this, but everything you said that you think could destroy him, that's why he's on their side. Like that's pom-pom material for that group. Like, oh my God, is Walls gay? I knew it. Yes, I was so right about him. Those little caterpillar eyebrows that he had, I knew that he was hiding his gayness by not trimming those things.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that there are a lot of people who vote Democrat because I've always voted Democrat. I'm a union Democrat, whatever. I think that would peel off some of those folks. And I think that if the other two things that I think are the two big stories that everybody should be running their mouth about and everywhere is the 438,000 migrant children that are missing, that were handed over to unvetted sponsors, including gang members and people with previous sexual assault of children. And then the other one would be the affirming gender EO coming out from Walsh, where the state of Minnesota will take your kid and sterilize them without your permission. And I think if those two things go, and then you find out that he's jazz hands, I think that's going to be a turning tide. I don't know. You asked me; those are the things I'm looking at.
Well, I wouldn't mind it, Dustin. I mean that cat ain't a football coach. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I mean,
what I say? Proximity to kids. He checks some boxes. We'll just put it that way. Check some boxes.
He checks some boxes.
The biggest being that he was allowed to be the Democrat vice presidential nominee, as you pointed out, Mike. Right? I think maybe this is like the ultimate like madness. But I think we are in a time of revelation, my friends, and that we could see the storm is upon us tweet that we've all been waiting for, and that all kinds of craziness is going to be revealed. I think that the Diddy stuff goes so deep, cuts across so many different worlds and so many different lines, and I get a feeling that Trump is getting the popcorn ready, and we're supposed to watch some kind of show over the course of the next 40 days. And I am wildly hesitant to get my hopes up again that, right, like evil and corruption will be exposed and like bad people will go away forever. And like we will all know just how terrible and awful they are, because we all know. But like, I have a feeling things are coming in a way that is much, 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 much bigger, like much bigger. And I think we're going to get it sooner than people expect, Mike. I do. So you want to talk about like some crazy optimistic hopium to like spread to the masses? I think once the Diddy stuff gets connected to NXIVM, the sex cult in New York with a bunch of stars, and gets connected to politics through the same networks, that we are going to have hundreds of people, maybe even thousands, that just go down. And the entirety of Hollywood and music as we know it is about to have to be replaced with something entirely different. And the good thing is we're all exceptionally good looking here. So I hope everybody is ready for their future in TV and entertainment, because, I'd be down if it didn't involve the whole like selling of your soul thing.
So Dustin, it's not funny. But selling your soul is not funny, Destiny. We're having
Not
a man
that
talk
part,
here.
Mike.
God
About being
dang.
famous.
Women just jump in whenever they want to. Am I on speaker?
Okay,
Testing.
so if we're just going to be jumping in anywhere we want to, can I say something really quick?
Yes, hold on. Let me just ask. I want to ask Dustin real quick,
Mike,
and then
don't
I'm
be
going to come
such
to
a
you.
tech out. Let her talk.
No, listen. Oh, Doc's in the room. Sweet. Okay, look. So Dustin, give me your odds. You're a betting man. You know a little bit about money. Give me the odds on somebody legitimately, like us going, damn, dude. Oh my God. I cannot believe that this person got caught up in this, like from this whole Diddy scandal. Like, give me the odds of one person. Because I think I'd take one person. What do you think the odds are of someone getting hit with this?
I'm actually going to surprise my 75, 80%. If it's just one, and above 50-50 that it's dozens.
Wow. Any, like, you talking about Oprah type level, or are you talking about medium tier?
So, I mean, Oprah, Tom Hanks, that level.
Whoa.
Like and to be honest, I think we're going to find that there are very, very, very few heroes in music or entertainment. And the reason being that the systems of leverage and blackmail that are being revealed, you weren't allowed to reach certain levels without giving over that kind of control over yourself. And so I think we're already witnessing a snowball. Like, unfortunate. That may have been an unfortunate choice of words when you consider the Will Smith. Like, are all the gay like flamers? Is that? I think that's already a reveal. But like, I think that we will see continued arrests. That's what I'll go with, Mike. I'm gonna go 75% that we see at least one like top 100 to 200 like celebrities, at least one other, 75%, at least one other arrested next 40 days. And my guess is better than 50-50 that number will actually be in the dozens.
Well, that would be outstanding. Go ahead, Pekka. Tell me what you think. What do you, first of all, Steph, what do you think about what Dustin said? You think that somebody's going to pay a price?
I mean, I can only hope that someone will suffer some consequences here. My concern is that we've got this wonderful suicide watch again, and it all seems very performative. All of a sudden, we care about what Diddy's doing, and I realized they started doing stuff last fall when they raided him. But it seems like they're speeding it up right around election time. And I'm just going to be honest, I don't trust anyone anywhere to do anything about anything. I would love to see them all rot in hell, to put it very bluntly. And I hope something happens, but I'm not going to hold my breath because I enjoy living. As far as what we're talking about with Mr. Walls, I just want to clarify, I cannot stand that man, okay? I just take this with a grain of salt. I cannot stand Tim Walls. He is just absolutely the most cringe person right next to Kamala Harris. Like, they are peas and carrots, and they should honestly just go live on an island together. However, as someone who has an extremely large family, I know you're absolutely shocked that I have a large family, okay? But as someone who has a large family, there are plenty of us that hate each other, okay? So I'm not really concerned about these random Wallses who also didn't know how to properly pluralize Wallses on the t-shirt. Don't get me fucking started. It doesn't need an apostrophe, whatever. Apparently they're not even like closely related to him, so just take it with a grain of salt. I think they're just kind of like all of us, and they're kind of ashamed that they have the same last name as that idiot. And when you have a really big family or a lot of people with like a similar last name and you can't stand each other, you know, I have aunts that I don't see unless it's Christmas, and even that's asking a lot. I would not vote for them to be representatives anywhere. So I'm not really surprised on that part. He's still cringe as hell, and we all hate him here in Minnesota. Anyone who says differently is lying or is not a native Minnesotan, and honestly, they should go back to California.
Dude, he is literally cringe as hell, and I made the comment earlier about those freaking caterpillars that are growing across his eyes.
Why does he always kick his leg? What is that? Like, he gets up there and he like just raises his arms and then he kicks his leg. You know, like, is he a Rockette? Because I'm gonna be honest, I've seen Rockettes kick, and they kick like up to their forehead. You know, their legs are going sky high. He can barely get it up, which would honestly explain a lot of other things when you think about it. But you know, maybe his spec is not working. But I just don't understand it. Every time he's on a stage, his leg cannot stay on the floor. I don't get it.
Well, he's got these he's got lots of little nuances, and let me ask one of the guys on the panel, if you don't mind me being sexist for just a moment. But did anybody notice the other day in the video where he's working on the car, you know, doing the man stuff, right? And he's showing you how to pull that little thing out, the oil thing there, and then he's unscrewing that little air filter thing, and he's replacing that clean air filter with another air filter.
Mike,
and he's like,
I know
what
you
was
want the
that
men's
about?
opinion, but my grandfather was a mechanic, and he's dead. Bless his heart.
And he's a man.
He would have thought that was absolutely cringe. All that man did was unscrew. All he did was unscrew the top of it, pull it out, and say, look, my filter is clean, which is how you should maintain it. And by the way, did you know Project 2025 is the manual that Donald Trump's... I'm so tired of hearing about Project 2025, okay? That has nothing to do with Donald Trump. That when I said that under his video, all of the little Democratic shills, when Donald Trump says he agrees with the Heritage Foundation. I don't know if you know this, but you can say something 2 years prior to something coming out and being like, yeah, I think they could do a really great job. And then when it comes out, have your staff be like, bro, don't read it. It's really bad. Okay. Stay the fuck away from it. And they just be like, yo, I want nothing to do. I don't know why that concept doesn't click in their head. But they cannot grasp the fact that Donald Trump had nothing to do with it and that he has his own policies on his own website of what he wants to do. There's, 47 of them, which is very fitting. And they just, whoever is writing all of these little videos that they keep doing for their propaganda seems to think that they're like super clever. But anyone who's actually worked on a car is like, okay, yeah, cars come with manuals. What do you want from me? Okay, like, yeah, you can take a screw out and put a filter. Show me how to change the oil. Do you know how to change a tire? Do you know that you don't jack up your car first to take the tire off? You leave it down so you have better grip. And then after you get the lug nuts loose, then you jack. Like,
hey, calm down with the freaking car lady.
I'm just saying,
good
it's
Lord.
stupid, okay?
Well,
Yeah, I know, but now I feel like I'm a mechanic.
well, Steph, if you want to see a good hearing where the people of Heritage and some of the authors of Project 2025 defend themselves and make Jamie Raskin and the other Democrat congressional members look like total idiots, you should definitely go watch last week's hearing. It's really good.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Doc, I think do you have your hand up?
Yeah, just to get in line for the line of speakers.
I can't see hands. I thought I saw your hand up, and now I look at it.
No, my hand's up. I just came up. I think we should all be of good cheer. For more than a month now, I thought the election was locked. Every day, brings good news as far as I'm concerned. As far as what we're going to see disclosed, what personalities, what level of surprise and shock are we going to have coming forward? I don't know. I think Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to show up and take over the vice presidency. That's what I feel like. I feel like
elaborate.
I think that Q was real, and we might have 10 days of darkness between now and the election. But I say look to the water, because I think that
the storm week's coming.
The storm's coming. I don't know. That's the way I feel. I feel like I feel very optimistic. I feel very positive. I can't imagine that they could steal the election, steal enough votes to overcome the massive number of people that are going to be voting for Trump, legitimately voting for Trump this time. I don't think it can be stolen. And if it is, I think we got fucking civil war, honestly. That's what I think. And I think that the left is starting to run to hide, and I mean the media is starting to do that. You see almost legitimate commentary coming out of CNN, sometimes out of MSNBC, rarely, but sometimes. And even the media that they are covering, when they do cover Walz or Kamala, that coverage isn't helping them. It's not turning independents to them. It's not turning Hispanics to them. It's not turning the youth to them. Characters like Walz, who Walz and Harris are attractive to the extent they're attractive to anybody, are those Karen types, those typically white, middle-aged women, and the boomer crowd. And I think that's locked in. And I don't think the media has the ability anymore to carry a narrative that's so obviously in contradiction to what the reality of most people's lives are. So I think that people who aren't even saying they're going to be voting for Trump are going to be voting for Trump secretly. And I think a lot of the Harris people are just going to stay home. It's going to be a bad day for them. So as far as how many pedophiles and stuff get revealed, honestly, I don't know if that makes that changes anything politically in terms of what sort of satisfaction or interest it might develop in me or my friends. If Oprah or Tom Hanks becomes revealed for the degenerate pukes that they are.
Isn't that what I was saying earlier, Doc? Isn't that kind of a boon for the other side? I mean, that is that side, right? I mean, maybe a little tongue in cheek.
Yeah, no,
not like that.
I mean, to the extent that I forget who was saying it. I think it was Keith. It was in another space. But she's my age. She's 66. I'm 65. And it's true. What she said was way back when, say 30 years ago, we started hearing, well, gays should be able to marry. And I was all for that. And I'm still all for that because equal protection is equal fucking protection under the law. And if I've got to go through divorce court, then so do the gay people have to go to the divorce court. And how can they get married and not have to deal with that fucking bullshit? So, no, marriage is first and foremost is a contract on property. So I was always for that reason. And I just didn't. I'm just not down with the religious condemnation of those relationships. If that's what people want to do, I don't care. Go behind closed doors.
I think most of the married couples, Doc, were like, you want to do what?
Yeah, I understand, but we've had sort of a gradual transition from okay, gay marriage ? To okay, anal sex in the streets in San Francisco, that's okay. To the trans agenda, that's okay. I mean, so we've seen just well, you want to call it Satan, you want to call it evil, you want to call whatever it is, the degradation of our society culturally has been going on for a long time, and progressively it's gotten more and more and more severe, in my opinion. So I think that the tide's about to turn. I think that the media is going to, I agree with Dustin, there is going to be a new media. I think we are the new media. I think that Elon's buying of Twitter is a key and maybe critical piece of history that is allowing for some of these societal changes that we in this room hope and believe we're going to benefit our society. So countdown to chaos. I think we're coming through the chaos. I think we're coming into the light right now. That's what I think. Very, very optimistic.
That's a very sweet outlook, Doc. I like that. That's solid. I think back, when Elvis shook his hips, right? It was evil because
woohoo! Oh.
Relax, sweetheart. Good.
The devil just came in the room.
Well, sorry.
It did. See, that's what they were trying to ban him from, because it made women feel like that when he shook his hips back then. But now we look at it. Ironically, the only Grammys he ever won were for gospel songs. But everybody looked at that, and now we look at that as absolutely nothing. George Michael back in the 80s, you couldn't play the song "I Want Your Sex" on radio because you couldn't say that. And now, we've got that freaking WAP.
It's wet ass pussy.
It's got an acronym.
Sure, because WAP sometimes is taken as a derogatory against Italians, and I didn't want you to be confused. It's wet ass pussy, not the derogatory term.
Wait, isn't it
See,
WAP?
I was looking out for
not WAP.
It's pronounced WAP.
Damn, I didn't even know that. Boomers just fucking don't know shit, I guess.
It's WAP. Don't worry about it. She's just, it's WAP. Whatever it is. It's whatever you want it to be, Doc. That's the beauty of being a woke.
Well,
Okay, it's pronounced WAP.
Everybody likes WAP. A little. Well, I'm not going to say.
Music video from time to time. Yeah, we got that. But see, the thing is, though, is that you've got that on, but you've got that at 24/7 access to anybody at any time. Like any bathroom break during lunch, anything like that's all over the schools, all over workplace. It's everywhere. Anywhere you want it, you've got access to it. In 15 years from now, we're going to look back to this time and say, wow, that was
barbaric.
Or we'll look back at it and say it's not barbaric. It was just average. And then in 15 years, we'll look at that time and say that's barbaric, which right now we can't imagine what that would even be.
What we have let happen to our children is barbaric.
Right. What do you think it's going to be like in 15 years from now when you're going to have schools that allow that type of behavior to take place in the school? And if you think bestiality, if you think that that's a joke when I say that, like, oh, you're just being silly, like you're making a joke. Like do I sound like I'm joking?
No, you
bestiality,
don't.
Because everything can fall underneath the umbrella of love is love. Like what? That's your toaster, bro.
Guys that have been screwing tailpipes of people's cars. Have you seen that?
Oh my God,
yes.
creepy turd.
There's guys that are like, Like, gentlemen, let me address the gentleman in the room because it doesn't seem to be a problem with women. Excuse me, men. Hello, not every hole is meant for your ding-a-ling
That's not
to
true.
penetrate. Okay, not every. No. Bad boys. Bad.
Bad.
You're supposed to ask permission first, okay? And if it can't answer permission, then that's rape, okay? So
That
stop
car
raping
said yes.
doorknobs.
That
shit.
car wanted it.
Okay,
You can see it. You
Right?
can see it in the car.
Did you see that?
Was it
See
a
the way
Prius?
that car was dressed up? Come on.
Did you see
I
those
saw it.
fenders?
I mean,
With the
that
name like
1960 something
Prius, that's it.
Corvette, all the curves, baby. You just can't just walk past it.
I can't even breathe.
It
I'm
was
out
like
here
a
laughing so
beat up
hard.
Pinto.
Nobody's going to screw a Pinto. Okay, come
That
on.
little
I mean, there are some
I did.
standards.
Joe Biden.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I walk across a Cybertruck and it looks at me kind of cornered, I'm
Mike Diddy.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Me and that Cybertruck may have to have a little bit of private time. Be kissing it and hugging it, and
First off, the things look like a metal scrap box that you find drudged up from like a fishing hole.
and nobody, you know what? And nobody likes you, Destiny. So
Gross.
nobody cares about your
It
stupid.
looks
I
okay,
hate them.
it
They
looks
look
like a
horrible. I'm
Transformers
totally with
can't
Destiny.
transform into anything. You know.
Dustin, tell him what's up.
She won't be saying that when she gets to ride around in the Maha Cybertruck this weekend. Don't worry.
Oh my God, if that was true.
Oh no, we really do have a Cybertruck.
No, you
Yes,
don't.
we actually do have a Cybertruck.
What? Look at that, Mike.
Well, now that we hear Jen in the background confirming it, we know that it's true. That it pisses me off. I think because of the amount of jealousy that's happening inside of me right now.
Feel your hate. Let it course through you. Join the dark side. Okay.
Destiny, I'm sorry, are you talking?
No, I was dying.
I can't see who hands up, but I see Margot is
okay,
there.
There's Margot, Chris, David, and Steeler, and I think we're gonna make those last hands, right, Mike? Is that the last hands for the day?
We're starting to get pretty close, yeah. So let's go to Margot.
Well, I think we're talking about current events, but you guys got me on the Cybertruck because that's like my main crush. I'm waiting for mine to come.
That's what I'm saying. See, everybody knows Margot's smart.
Dude, I've been waiting for 4.5, 5 years for the damn thing. It's supposed to come next year because I'm getting one of those tri-motor ones. Try whatever. Try, you know what I mean. Long range.
I'd like to try your Cybertruck if that's
camper,
possible.
cyber camper.
You'll be a cyber camper, I promise you that. I'm going to put that beer cooler in the back just for you guys because I don't drink beer.
Well, I don't either, but if you put it in the back of the Cybertruck, I'll sit back there with you and we'll just shoot the
I feel like
breeze.
it's the perfect vehicle for a zombie apocalypse.
Well, listen, I'm gonna get rid of my ex for that vehicle, so I won't be flying anymore.
Dang, this is really making me uncomfortable. Because I've never been in love with an object like this before.
Oh, listen, it's gonna be hard to let go of.
Pisses me off that Dustin gets to drive
get
one.
rid of an ex though. Those gold wing doors are fun, and it's fast. It's fucking fast.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off that Dustin gets to drive one. Like I'm picturing what it looks like, and they're gonna have fun in it, and I'm gonna be like watching it on freaking some video space like a dumbass.
Hey, but Dustin, did you wrap yours? Because I'm trying to figure out what I want to wrap mine in.
Of course. Do I drive anything that's not wrapped anymore?
Does it have Bitcoin stuff all over
I am
it?
the human marketing machine. Everything I touch is now marketing.
I knew better than to ask that question. But
let me ask you: is the word "pray" on the Cybertruck somewhere?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Okay, but seriously, folks, we've had a very dramatic week here in North Carolina, and I just wanted to let you know that my lieutenant governor is not going to stop fighting to become governor of the state. That's Mark Robinson, and he just he didn't tell me, somebody did. They're about to drop a $900 million lawsuit on CNN before the end of the week. So, I mean, we started out bad, but it's starting to get better. And I just thought I'd drop that in your space.
Let's go.
Mike deserves some news. So I thought I'd lay one down for him because I worked my rear end off for a week to get this news to you.
Yeah, and that's great, Margot. Can we go back to the Cybertruck though for just a second? No, that's great. I've listened to Robinson. I've listened to him talk so many times. His dynamism is incredible. Like he is just he's incredible. And I'm hoping that everything freaking works out for him because yeah, he has it. He has the it factor.
There may or may not be a pop-up space tomorrow night with Mark Robinson on it.
Would you be in that pop-up space if it were to happen?
Space.
Would you be hosting that pop-up space? I see. Would you be able to ask Mr. Robinson if he was in that room about his feelings about the Cybertruck?
Listen, I think that would be a fair game question if you want to stop by.
I would like to. I will do that, and I would like to engage with him about the Cybertruck.
I think everybody should talk about the Cybertruck.
If you just came to DC to, be a patriot, you would have the side benefit of getting to drive around a Cybertruck.
Let me just explain something real quick to you East Coast people. Y'all can go into different states for different lunch. Y'all can go in there for lunch and you could go have dinner in another state and it's awesome and y'all love each other. It's like, I'm going to go to Philly. I'm going to go to New York and y'all do this in the same day. We can't get out of our state in the same day.
Well, you took all the land, okay? You took all of it.
Well,
what happens when you take it all? Okay.
What happens when those Mexicans start running their mouth?
Look at Rhode Island.
I had this girl that worked with me. She lived in Texas and Dallas, and I was out visiting, and she's like, "Yeah, we're going to take the Tesla over to Arizona. We're going to drive through the Texas desert." And I was like, "I said, have you done that before?" She said, "No." I said, "Did you check and see if you can make it that far?" She didn't believe me, and guess what? She didn't make it.
Bro, I mean, you just hope to God. You hope to God you can make it to freaking like. You're not going to make it. No, that's not going to happen. You hope to God that you can, but it's best to just stop at one of the freaking little bases, those little base towns over there, and maybe try to hit Roswell, get through Roswell the next day. But yeah, it's that West Texas grind on 10 is absolutely sick.
No one can comprehend how boring and hot and ugly and long from San Antonio it is.
It's the same shot for the whole time. It's like you're looking at the road is the only thing that moves. Yeah. I wish some people would come down here and take that trip. It is absolutely
I've done
hideous.
it a million times. I've driven from Pensacola to LA I used to do it once every 6 weeks.
Oh my God. I've driven LA a couple times too. And it's brutal.
We do that. We drive over that little square.
We go up north.
We do the little square, just the little piece that, sticks up at the top. We try to go across that.
What's the highway? We didn't take 10 one time. We said we're going to go out of our way and go up the north. What is
40?
it?
Is that what the one you guys took?
No. What's the name of that song the Eagles sang?
I-5.
Winslow, Arizona.
64.
Winslow, Arizona. What's the, yeah. Everybody's trying to hum it right now.
In Winslow, Arizona.
Are you talking Ventura Highway?
It's a girl I lured in my Cybertruck Ford. I'm just kidding.
It's actually not a sight to see though, my lord.
I've driven through there. It's like it literally is on this corner, and they were doing construction or something too, and there's a fence all around. It was not really that attractive. There's some people like drawn up in the freaking windows or something. I'm like, what? This is. Can I get some gum?
No, wait, there's a statue right on the corner though as you turn.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that. What's the name of that freaking highway? It goes through Santa Fe and
Ventura Highway.
The 40.
I said 40, and he said no.
The 10 is down south.
It's 40. It's Route 66.
It's 40.
It's the
Route
old
66. That's what I was thinking. Route 66.
Are you fucking kidding me, Mike? You couldn't think of Route 66? I said 66.
Destiny, I don't listen to you speak half of the time. That's why I did not hear it.
I know. I forget.
I heard somebody say Somebody said Route 69. I heard that. I did. Legit.
That was that's out in LA.
Okay.
That's a small little strip going through West Hollywood. It's it's a different
West Hollywood.
I remember those days. But hey, so Destiny, go ahead with hands. I can't see.
We had Steeler and Chris, and then David.
Okay, real quick, Dustin, do you still got the Honda Civic?
It
Oh, don't
caught
even
on
get me
fire.
started.
Okay, well, I tried to help you find one whenever you were looking for one a while back. I just wanted to. I remember you in a few videos of you in it. Two.
Wait. So real quick, Steeler, just so you know, the good news is that the Civic has been replaced by a 2002 H2 Hummer.
Nice.
That is even more sexy and ridiculous than the beautiful 01 Civic. So we've upgraded.
Now, back to this men sticking their ding-a-ling in any hole. I don't know about that. I prefer, WAP, but that's just me. I did, however, there was a video circulating on X of some guy sticking a gas nozzle, but he was like sticking it in his hole.